Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Stick Figure Allosaurus channel. I know, another collection video. What have we done? 2? Right, so this time we're doing my Papo? What, did you actually think I was going to do my Collecta collection? Anyways, let's start off with the Allosaur. I mean, it's most fitting for the channel. Now, the color scheme, it looks fine. It looks good, it's just not my style, which of course meant Mattel had to copy it. However, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how Dinosaur Revolution stole this design, except just slapped a new paint job on it, and gave it an underbite for some reason. And this Rajasaur that Collecta made looks very similar to the Dinosaur Revolution Allosaur. Can't anyone be original anymore? I'm getting sidetracked, let's just talk about the toy. Now, Papo figures are strangely delicate, at least when compared to Collecta and Schleich. And I learned this the hard way when I literally dropped him off a table when I was 5. Which led to this arm breaking off, and a bunch of these spikes. So I guess he's balding now? Also, I never really understood this ridge. Now, something you may notice is the lack of teeth. And that comes down to the fact I would just shove smaller toys into their mouths. Yeah, I don't know either. Don't tell me you didn't do this as a kid. Now, Papo figures are heavily stylized, so I won't really critique them for accuracy, except for the pronated wrists, where I think 2008 was before we figured out that wrists couldn't pronate. I don't know, I'm not a paleontologist, I just like dinosaurs. This guy is about 10 centimeters tall, and he is about 26 centimeters, I think. Yeah. Okay, look, perspective is really hard, okay? Now, before we continue, I'd like to thank our sponsor. Yeah, I know, I have a sponsor. The Mammoth Cube. Up next is their Woolly Mammoth, and I got this as a Christmas gift back in 2015. Now, I keep all my toys in boxes, and because this is made of a kind of a rubbery material, it's led to some paint scratches here and there. Now, the paint scratches are odd because they're this terracotta-ish color. However, that isn't present anywhere on the model, so I don't really know why that's the base color. The model looks really good, however, mine has a bit of glue overspill, you can see right there. I also like how the mouth is open, that's a really good detail. Why is it a good detail? I don't know, I think it is. Now, something I discovered only while recording this video is that, focus, there's a flat part right here. That's because the trunk actually touches the ground. Now, he looks good from every single angle, except this. So, all you meme creators can do something with this, I don't know. He's about 14 centimeters tall and 19 centimeters long. Now it's time for the baby Triceratops. Now, once again, Papo just shows how detailed their figures are. I'll grab a Collecta figure. And yeah, I know this is an older figure, but wait, never mind, my point doesn't stand. They're about the same textured-wise. Never mind. Anyways, the osteoderms on this guy look pretty nice. Now, it hasn't been confirmed, but Triceratops may or may not have had quills here. Whether or not this figure was made before that discovery, I don't know. But I think it would make this figure look a bit better. Not saying he's bad, because, look how cute he is. Now, it's just me, but I don't really like this shade of, fleshy pink they went with. Should have gone with like white or something, but that's just me. I don't like it. Now, when you buy a baby figure, you should always buy an adult so it looks even better. Now, I don't have the adult Papo, but I do have this 2012 Triceratops, and it looks pretty good with it. Now, the tail does look a bit short, and I think it should go to, like, maybe here. And, yeah, that's about it for this guy. Here he is with my baby Tyrannosaur, the captives. It's about 5.5 centimeters and 11 centimeters long. Maybe 10.5. Up next is the Carnotaurus. And this too has some paint scratches. Now this is just gonna bug me if I don't point it out, but the osteoderms on its skin, yeah, they're in rows. Like, I know this figure was from like 2013, but still, I don't know why, it just bugs me, because like everything else, this is the most accurate Carno I have. But that inaccuracy that was made a few months ago, I think, I don't know why, it just bugs me. Another thing that bugs me is this gap in the spines or whatever right here. Like, I get it, it's for articulation, but again, it bugs me, and I don't know why. However, something that doesn't bug me is that someone chose this Carno for a Jurassic Park render, or a similar one. If I can find an image, I'll put it up. Now, both this and the Allosaur look very similar. That's mainly because of the shade of green is basically identical, at least the main shade of green. I also like the pose, it's very dynamic. That's probably why that person chose it. He's about 12 centimeters tall and 17-ish centimeters. Second to last is the beautiful Archaeopteryx. Now, I do have two of these guys because my father had one of these, but I'm pretty sure it's the other one that has both these claws ripped off. Like I mentioned before, I really like the pattern, especially with the subtle hints of blue in there. The wings are particularly nice. Whatever. They kind of remind me of a magpie with the black and white. Although they've made the same mistake I made with my Lost World Carno repaint. One eye is facing up, while the other eye is facing this way, so when looked from head on, he looks kinda derpy. The underside is also pretty. It blends in a lot. I don't know where I'm going with this. He has this weird hairdo though. I was gonna call it a mohawk, but it's not. Let's measure this guy. I'm really tired, by the way. He is about, 7 point... Actually, he's about 6.5 centimeters. Haven't measured a wingspan in a while, and it's about 13 to 14 centimeters ish. And length is 13 centimeters. Last but not least, the one-armed Spino. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I just glue the arm back on like the Allosaur? I don't know. I think I lost it. Well, it's definitely gone now, forever. Time for eBay. As you can see, he also suffers from the, shoving dinosaur into mouth. This design is clearly outdated by today's standards, but everything about it is pretty good, except for the head. This was 2008, and I think by then we had the crest up here, not the two eye ridges. I like the faint coloring here, with like a mix of red, blue, and yellow. Yellow is more predominant, but you can still see it, and I think yellow is actually the base color from these paint chips. Now here's all these weird cuts and stuff from where the limbs were attached, which was probably where that was, well, how that fell off. But there's like several here. Like, I don't know what these two are for. They're probably just detailing. And I understand what this is. It's to connect to the tail. And it does blend in more up here. Now, this figure is very JP3 inspired, and I know that that's not saying much because JP3 was the most accurate Spino for its time, but these eyes look very much like the focus. These eyes look very much like the JP3 ones. Might be a coincidence, however, given how this was 2008, this was 2008, right? 2007, so close enough. There would have been a different head, and I'm pretty sure the real Spino didn't have these scoots and osteoderms. He comes in at a height of about, 17 centimeters tall, and oh crap, I should cut this, and 31 centimeters long, or 1 foot apparently. Now, I used to have their apatosaur, but that's been lost over time. And yeah, that would have been my entire collection, if it wasn't for this. Now, this single very clearly uses a Papo baby T-Rex. And I don't know what it is with Papo, but like, their toys are everywhere, mainly the dinosaurs. I've seen them on DVD covers, clothes, sticker sheets. There's probably more. Now, I did have 3 other pieces of clothing. Some underwear with, well, the Allosaur I showed you earlier, and both the T-Rexes, standard and running. And I also had this shirt with a stock Pteranodon and stock Triceratops, but the Papo standard T-Rex. And that has been a look at my entire Papo collection. So, see you next week.